These police officers were investigating an unusual disturbance at this graveyard. But thankfully, it turned out to be nothing. And the officers ran off to another call.
Well, hello, everyone out there. How are all of you doing out there today? I hope that you're all doing as fantastic as I am. It's another great day in the neighborhood, and it's finally time to do the video on Bay Area transparency that everyone has been waiting for a couple, 3 months now, actually. Man, it was like pulling teeth to drag this information out of the police and the courts out there in Napa and Solano County. And it was right in front of the information, I should say, was right in front of their eyes the whole time. Man, that was frustrating as hell, but we finally got it done. Think people are going to be highly disappointed at what I could find. There was someone out there who kept telling me to check the state of Oregon. That Jay, as they call him, had some terrible past up there. I searched and searched and then went back and searched again, and I did not find any court cases for old Jay. Now, if I'm wrong and you 100% know that Jonathan was arrested and convicted up there, if you can give me that information, I will dig deeper and I'll make an update video on him. In the meantime, for the gentleman who told me to check up in Oregon, that there was a Jonathan S'mores up there who got arrested for some particularly nasty crimes, I might add. That is not our Jonathan that we're talking about. I ended up Googling his name in Medford, Oregon, where Jonathan had been to harass people and agitate them about 3 years ago. I did find a couple of articles that would make you think that it might be our Jonathan. But the ages and the date of birth do not match at all. Let me say this, am I confident that I got everything I could on Jonathan? Heck no. There are several cases in several counties in California that could be our guy, but I have no definitive proof of it, that it is him, that I could verify by his whole name or his date of birth or social security number or even a past address. So sit back, relax, grab yourself some popcorn and something to drink, and let me take you on another ride on the crazy train of frauditing to give you the background on Bay Area transparency. Jonathan Travis Kaepernick, who changed his name to Jonathan Travis S'mores. This is the guy who's been fighting for our rights for 6 years, but he still doesn't know what he's doing, and he gets arrested for it. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at his vehicle and traffic charges that he's had. He's got 7 of them here, nothing really too bad that I could see. But it does get interesting on the very next page when we go to his criminal history. This is the first adult arrest that I could find for him. Back on November 14th, 1998, when he's 18 years old, he's charged with 6 counts of attempted murder, all felonies. There was no bail on that charge. And assault on a firearm, or assault with a firearm on a person, also 6 counts of it. also a felony, and that was under his name Capernickel there, with the K, out of Napa County, California. And 2 years later, all of those charges were suddenly dismissed against him. I almost think he spent the complete 2 years in jail because the charges were no bail there. But then we're going to go ahead to 6 years. We got February 7th, 2003. He's charged with 18 counts as Jonathan Travis Capernickel, I guess we're calling him, for the K name. Those were all out of Napa County, California, and he ended up being found guilty of 17 of the 18 charges. And he ended up, the longest sentence he got was 4 years in state prison. Now, count one was threats to commit a crime resulting in death, which was a felony. He was found guilty, given 1 year in jail, with additional punishment for use of a firearm during the crime. He was found guilty and given 4 years in state prison. Also under count one, there was a special allegation for being a member of a criminal street gang. He was found guilty of that and also given 2 years concurrent with the other. Count two was disturbing the peace, a felony charge. He was found guilty, given 2 years in state prison. There was a special allegation of use of a firearm. That he was found guilty of that and given 4 years in state prison. Special allegation, again, of being a member of a criminal street gang. It did not have anything listed under that, so I didn't say whether he was guilty or not. Count three, carrying a concealed weapon on his person, a felony. He's found guilty, given 2 years in state prison. Count four, carrying a concealed weapon on his person, a felony. He was found guilty, given 2 years in state prison. And we got count five, buying or receiving stolen property, which was a felony. He was found guilty, given 2 years in state prison. And then burglary, count six was burglary, felony. He was found guilty and given 2 years in state prison. Count 7 through 18 is 11 charges of grand theft when property is taken. All of those were felonies. I'm sorry, it's 12 charges. He was found guilty on 11 of the 12 counts and given 2 years in state prison. He had one that was dismissed. Count 10 was dismissed. All of this time, all runs concurrent. So he was sentenced to 4 straight years. And the others that were 2 years ended up being concurrent with the 4 years. So they just convicted him of a bunch of things and didn't really do anything about it. So we got a trespassing charge April 6th, 2021 in Napa County, California. And this one came as Jonathan Travis S'mores. This is the one that I spent 5 weeks arguing with the Napa Police Department, as they put out this memo right here stating that they arrested him for trespassing. Let's see, you can see it. Nice little statement that they put out on Facebook or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. But there was nothing in the database about that charge, in the court database. So I went to the Napa City Police Department. I'm sorry, as you see here, I did a public records request. The city of Napa is in receipt of your public records request dated July 1, 2025. The city does not possess any records responsive to your action, and that was also the police department there. So when I got a hold of them and said, hey, look, you put out a memo that you arrested the guy. I'm looking at the court website. There's absolutely no charges for the guy. What happened? And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. I said, all right, let me send you this memo that you put out. And again, it didn't do me any good. So I finally was able to talk to somebody that would help me from the courts, from the county there. and they told me that no charges were ever filed. So that Napa arrest for trespassing when he was in the area of the police parking lot that he should not have been in, well, that there's nothing there. So that took me quite a while to find out. And now we're going to go ahead to August 11th, 2022. He's arrested for criminal trespass. It says Jackson County, and I'm not sure. There's a Jackson County in Oregon, but when I looked him up in Oregon under both his last names and the 4 or 5 different ways he spells his first name, I couldn't find anything. So I put it there. Question, is it him? Is it not him? What is it? But what are you going to do? Aha! And then we go ahead 1 month. And September 19th, 2022, he's charged in California for federal for nonconformity with signs and directions. He did that as Mr. S'mores. It was a misdemeanor. He was found guilty. He was given 1 year unsupervised probation, 1 year ban from all SSA buildings, Social Security Administration buildings, and he was given a $185 fine. Now we're going to go ahead to July 28th, 2023. He's at a school in Solano County, California. He's charged with trespassing on school property, a misdemeanor. He did that. He gave the name Travis Kaepernick. And he was also charged with false ID to the police, which was a misdemeanor, also as Travis Kaepernick. Those charges ended up being dismissed. And now we're going to go ahead and we've got on a little over last month, 6 weeks ago, August 18th, 2025, he was charged in Berkeley, California, which is Alameda County, charged with resisting, obstructing, or delaying a peace officer, and he was charged with interference with a business customer. Interesting, they got him with that one. Maybe that's something all the others in California should start charging them with when they start interfering with these private businesses and ever. Anyways, there is nothing on the Alameda County website about this charge yet. The UC Berkeley Police Department is the one that arrested him. I've got their case number, but so far nothing's come up. I'll give it a couple more weeks. If nothing comes up, I'll give them a call and find out why that's not posting on the police department's or on the court's webpage anyways. So we got Nisha. Nisha sued Jonathan back in June of 2018 out of Solano County, California. She was requesting for harassment to stop. Must be he was harassing her for some reason. Anyways, long story short, they mediated that out of court and it was dismissed in court. We got our header. We got Bay Area Transparency is the channel name. It's Jonathan Travis S'mores, and he also goes by the name Jonathan Travis Kaepernick. Those are not his real last names. I just have to change it because, they'll privacy strike me. Anyways, he changed his name at some point after the arrest for where he ended up going to prison. But he goes back and forth using them, so you never know what it's going to pop up under. He was born in Nevada. He is a past or a current member of the Norteño street gang or prison gang out there in California, and that is from the crime in 2003. And I got that from the paperwork in the arrest. And we only got 2 email addresses for him. He's 5'10" and 300 pounds. That was a little bit before this August of 2025 arrest, where he gave his height as 5'10" and 225. So if he's lost 75 pounds, good deal for that man. I want to drop 20 pounds. I can't even do that. This guy dropped 75 pounds, so I'm quite impressed with that. His AKAs are Jonathan with both of his last names. It's different spellings on on Jonathan, And then another one for him is Travis John Kapernickel with his K last name. It's not Kapernickel, but it's close enough. He did that on an appeal that he did on his crime, and that he lost on, but that was what he appealed under. Well, all right, folks. I know that's a short list of crimes on Bay Area Transparency, but that's all I was able to find using both of his last names and the different spellings of his first name. If you know something more that you could send me that I can find and verify, I'll be more than happy to make an update video on that. So, we'll know all of his crimes if he's lived in other places other than California, because that's really the only, well, I looked there and I looked in Nevada because he was born in Nevada. But so what do you all think? Were you expecting more crimes too? There may be more for Jonathan S'mores, but it is a common name, and without being able to verify, cases, for our Jonathan S'mores, by his birth date or social security number or last name or something that I can find in the court case that would identify him, then I can't list them, just to be fair to him. So, well, I want to thank you all for stopping by to watch the video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up to let us know. I would appreciate you doing that. Next up is going to be BZ Watchdog, good old Basil Zoolander from Texas. Lots of people are going to be surprised at what a deadbeat old Basil is. And after that, we're going to expose the career criminal rogue nation. George Douglas messes around a lot. You all aren't going to want to miss the next two exposés, trust me. So until then, y'all take care out there now.